Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Speakeasy Blues. So this is Speakeasy Blues set up for 2 players. The setup comes from these cards. You get 2 of them and choose which one you prefer to go with, and that's what they have preferred to go with. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. We'll start with the player on the left who has that little token. This player will always be the first player in each round. So the first thing we need to be aware of is that in first round, and this is always the first round card by the way, no crime cards may be revealed. That's these cards. Once you have them there, they go face down. You can reveal them. None of them are able to be revealed in this first round. So without further ado, this player is going to pick up the blue dice. He rolls them into the pit and then he selects which of those he wishes to go with, and he thinks at this stage it's probably worthwhile going with the blue. So he's going to play 1 there to get a card. He'll take that card, which he'll put straight onto his board. That pushes his reputation forward by 2. And then he puts this card here, which will cost 1 reputation. That little symbol causes him to cost a reputation. And he gets 3 cards to look at. And it's his choice as to what he does with them. This card causes every other player to remove 1 cop card from their board. That's 1 face-up cop card to be more specific. This one allows you to take a 3rd die from the dice pool and use it, and you'll replace that back into the dice pool once that has been used. And the last one is another player of your choice will draw 3 crime cards. He thinks there's value in that one, so he adds that to his deck face down. The other 2 cards go underneath the deck, and it is the other player's turn. The other player will grab the blue dice and take a roll. He will select these 2 dice, so he'll put that one in there, which gains him 1 of those tokens or favors. And that also gets him 2 money because of this card. And then he'll place that there, which moves that down. And he thinks he'll actually take a multiplier token. Okay, we finished the first round. That should have been replaced straight away. I do apologize. This card comes off the board. All of these cards move up 1. So this is showing that there's going to be a contest, or one of the things for the contest. That icon is in this deck. So whoever has the most of those people at the end of the game will get the 4 points. Moving forward, this player likes the idea of using these 2 dice. He thinks it might be worthwhile just to remove those 2. However, here's another option, but he's going to stick with what his original plan was. So he'll use that one to gain that card. That gives him 2 extra money and 1 extra reputation. And this card gets him a bottle of wine, or hooch if you wish to be linguistically correct for the game. Okay, over to this player. He really does want to get some stuff onto his board, so he thinks that his best way to do that is to grab those 2. So none of these 2 spots have come up to enable him to do that. So he'll take blue, so he gets 1 hooch for that, and he'll take that for that one, and that costs him 1 extra reputation. Once again, we're at the end of the round, so this card comes off and we'll just stay there above the board to remind us for the rest of the game that we're looking for that type of these cards. Because the card has this marker, we resolve it immediately. So this card, and replace it 1 from the contest box. So this one goes away, we take 1 other, which is 1 of the contest cards, and that goes there. And that card is talking about the player with the most money at the end of the game will get an extra 4 points. So moving forward, it's left-hand player's turn again, and he might grab those 2 blues, and he'll actually play both of them. So that allows him to take 1 of these 4 cards. That will allow him to take 1 of the top 4 cards. He can see this card coming through, so it's probably worth his while at the moment to grab that card from those top 4, and from the bottom 4 he will grab that. So he's going to put this one there, which costs him a money, and he's going to put this one straight over the top of it. So he's hoping to get another one of these symbols later on in the game so that he can actually get those 5 points that he's just put down. This player really wants to empty up those 2 fields. He really does need to get some cards down here, but he's unable to. So what he might do is use that. So he'll put that card there, which gets him a hooch. This card comes over here, which pushes that down by 1, and he gets to choose one of the 3 cards. So that symbol is one other player of your choice will gain one of those 4 cards, will gain a money and take one of the favors from the supply, or will gain a money and will take one of those cards. You might grab that one and put that face down. Notice that when they're face down, they're a positive. When they're face up, they're a negative. But that's the end of the round. So let's keep moving forward. These come out. So all players will gain 2 reputation. It's back to this guy's turn. And what he might do is those ones. He thinks it's actually probably worthwhile selecting those. So he'll do this one first. And he'll select that one. It will cost him 2 money to put it there, but that's okay. And then he's going to put that into the middle and do a soiree, which now pushes him forward 1, 2, 3 on the reputation and gains him 1 money back in. That card's now replaced. It's back over to this guy's turn, and he thinks he'll grab those 2. He'll take these 2. So one of them he'll put down there, which gets him 4 money and that reputation, but that costs him 1 on that. Then he's throwing this guy in here, which again costs him 1, but he gets to choose one of the top 3 cards again. So these are things that can happen all the way through his turn, or once through every turn. He can trade in money for a wine, or a wine for money. He can trade in money for reputation, or take away reputation to get money, or he can trade in one of these cards for one of those cards. And he thinks that it's actually worth his while to get this one, which is the reputation for wine card, or wine for reputation. Moving on, this card disappears. That card moves forward. Okay, and we're once again looking for the propellers at the end of the game as well. So at the moment, this guy has 1 of those propellers. And he's going to, or 2 dice, should I say, and roll them. Okay, he's going to choose to use those 2. At the same time, he's going to flip that card over, which is of this family. So if this guy has one of the police cards, he can use it to stop that guy from happening. And he thinks he will, so he's going to flip that card, which stops that one from happening. What that one would have done if this one wasn't flipped over was allow him to take 1 of the extra dice, but he can't do that now because that has been stopped. And so notice that's got a negative reputation on it. So every time he does swear at the moment, it will lose reputation. So he's going to need to cover that card up, which he will do. So he's going 1 there and the second one there. So the second one costs him a reputation, and he thinks that he will grab that one and put it there, and he will grab that one because that's going to get scored at the end of the game, and he will put that there for the moment. Okay, those 2 cards get replaced. Now this guy's turn, and he thinks there's benefit in taking those 2. He'll throw them in, so he'll do 1 of them to reduce that reputation. So that gives him 3 cards and he gets to choose 1 of them. He's going to choose that one, which goes in face down. That card, by the way, he can use that to gain an extra die when that one is flipped over. And instead of going here, he's actually going to go there. That costs him 1 money to put that card down, by the way. So he'll go there, which now gets him 2 reputation. There's no money on that. But before he does that, he's actually going to use this tile, which allows him to do this action again. It will cost him that piece of reputation, so we'll do that. And once again, he gets to pull out 3 and choose which one he wishes to use. And he thinks he might actually throw that one down there. What that card means is that each other player will remove one of these markers when they have it. I think that's enough of the game to get an idea for how the game flows and how it moves. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be Gamesplayed, please shoot me an email to thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter @thegamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.